Tweakity swig.
Oh, I didn't get it. It's the logo. Okay. If you guys are at the point where you just don't know, don't worry, we can cover this in about a minute.
What is yeah, he's
Each round is different. Let's go.
No, I'm stuck.
I got. Oh, Mr. D. Wait, who's around with the nearest hospital? I don't know if he said it's more I got 18.6875. Yes!
Okay.
Mr. D.
Cool. Sorry. Oh, what do you not get? No? Okay. Oh, what do you mean? You have to ask more specific question. I think because Maddie got something very similar to, but it depends on how you round it up. Because you had to round along the way, right? You had a little round on at first.
I created a
Fractions? That's fine. That's fine.
but it really not
All right. I want to go on number 5. If you guys have problems on it, I suggest you copy what I do on the board. Okay. This is number 5. As you guys can see right here in this big triangle, I just illustrated it a little easier, so it's a little cleaner for me. So I also converted things into decimals. So 32 feet and 6 inches, 32.5. 6 feet 6 inches, 6.5. We know that we know the person's 5. We know the space from here to here is 4. So what you do is you make 2 similar triangles at first. And it's the smaller triangles. X, 5, x plus 4, 6.5. And what you want to do from here is to make a proportion. X to x plus 4 is to 5 to 6.5. And then what you guys try to do is cross multiply, figure out what the answer is, and I got 13 1/3 feet. Again, 13 1/3 feet is this part right here. That's 13 1/3 feet. So, once you guys know that this is 13 1/3 feet, what you want to do is figure out what this is right here. And I'm going to state this as x again. I should have used a different variable. So, what I did is, I know that this now is 13 1/3. And how much is this whole entire length right here? I just added it together. 13 1/3 plus 4 plus 32.5 gets you 49 5/6. What cross multiply?
Wait,
So I'm not bored.
I got it right this time.
Okay.
So what's the answer? 18.5.
Around 8.5. If you guys round it differently, that's fine. Like 18, I'll accept anything from 19 to 18.
What about 18.6?
What did I just say? That was max. So the reason, again, this is 49 5 in a big triangle. The whole entire thing right here is 49 5/6. But some of you guys might have rounded differently than I did. So when you cross multiply everything, when you guys compare the smallest triangle and the biggest triangle, I get as my answer, x is 18.5. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Now let's go on to the second part of the lesson.
Yeah, man.
So 12.5 is corresponding parts of similar triangles. So make sure you guys have your notes right now. So the first part, the first several slides is just a review of certain topics that you guys should already know about. So you guys should know what a median is. Can anyone define for me what a median is? Bradley.
I think it's a line that goes from the vertex down to the midpoint of the
Opposite side.
opposite side.
Good. Line segment, right?
Yeah.
Good. So if I was going to define an angle bisector, Can anyone define for me what an angle bisector is? What's an angle bisector? Luke.
It's a ray
Or line.
or a line extending from the vertex of an angle and then divides it into two equal smaller angles.
Good. And the last one is an altitude, which basically goes from the vertex to the opposite side and makes a 90-degree angle. Again, these are things you guys already know about. We've been going over this stuff since the beginning of the year. So, what I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to switch over to Safari right now. Switch over to Safari, and you're going to do a little investigation. I want you guys to go to my geometry website. I want you guys to go to my secret link.
So secret man.
What letter is the secret link in my website?
Oh, gee.
The letter O.
G.
So,
That's a different.
There's a difference.
go to my website.
12.5 triangles 1.
Yep. 12.5. So again, on the secret O,
Which one?
go to 12.5. Corresponding parts of similar triangles. Number 1. You can open it in Sketch Explorer on your iPads. You guys should see something like this. What you guys will be observing is the relationship between the sides of the triangle, of similar triangles, and the parts we just mentioned. Median, altitude, angle bisector. So I want you guys to take a look at the one I have on the board right now. It's the medians. You can manipulate it. Okay. So let's say I have this. What can you tell me about the ratio of AB to XY? What's the ratio of those two sides?
0.46.
0.46. So what's the ratio of the bottom part, CA and ZX?
0.46.
So what can you tell me? What's the word? Starts with the P. If this side is equal, this over this is equal to this over this, those two sides must be proportional. So these sides are proportional to each other. But I want you guys to notice something else. Look at the actual measurements or the actual ratio for the medians. BM, NY, Z.
There ain't no BM on there.
Oops, there's not there. But
Wow.
show medians. Look at the median. So what ratio are the medians in also?
0.46.
So what can you tell me? If the sides of it, if you have similar triangles and the sides are proportional, what also must be proportional too?
Median.
The median. Good. Let's see if that also works for the altitudes. So if I manipulate these two triangles, look at the ratio of the sides. They're the same, right? So the sides are proportional. How about the altitudes? What can you conclude from that? They're also proportional. Okay? So again, if you have similar triangles and if the sides are proportional, they should be in the similar triangles, then also the altitudes are proportional to each other. Is that also true for angle bisectors? Yes, it is. So if you just manipulate it like this, if you look at the ratio of the sides, whoa, it's 0.46, 0.46, 0.46. Look at the ratio of the angle bisectors. It's in the same ratio. Therefore, the angle bisectors must be proportional too. So my question is this. Can anyone fill out what it should say in the next slide on your notes? Can anyone tell me what it should say on the next slide of your notes? Can anyone fill in the blanks for me? Can anyone read the whole thing for me? Bradley, read it.
If two triangles are similar,
Yes.
okay, besides their sides, their corresponding medians, altitudes, and angle bisectors are also
Proportional. So, if two triangles are similar, besides their sides, the corresponding medians, angle bisectors, and altitudes, the order doesn't matter, are also proportional. Period. Okay, so make sure you guys copy this. If two triangles are similar, besides their sides, the corresponding medians, angle bisectors, and altitudes are also proportional. Okay. I want you guys, we're going to have 3 problems right now. I want you guys to help me set up a proportion for each one. A lot of you guys can just do this mentally, which is totally fine. But let's say I ask you to set up a proportion. Help me set up a proportion. And then tell me what the solution is for what x is. Can anyone help me write a proportion for this? Callum. That's a ratio, not a proportion. Okay, anybody else? Brett. Again, 6th period just heard you. Yes.
8 over x
8 over x
equals 12 over 24.
12 over 24.
Which also equals 1 over 2.
Good. So what's the answer going to be?
X equals 16.
Good. X equals 16. And again, for these guys, I left out the labels. Okay, for the next one, example number 2. Notice that it deals with altitudes. And just to let you guys know, both triangles are supposed to be similar. Can anyone help me write a proportion for example number 2? Devon. X over 3.6 equals to what? 12 over 6. And what did you get for x? Good. X equals 7.2. Questions? Example number 3. These are angle bisectors. Yes, a lot of you guys can do this mentally again, but I want someone to tell me what's the proportion you can write for this. Finn.
You would do 7 over 14 equals 8 over x.
Good. So, what would my answer be?
It would be 16.
Good. Okay. Now we're going to do one more investigation. Go to my website again. Go to my Geo website, go to the secret link, and I want you guys to click on 12.5 corresponding parts of triangle, similar triangles, number 2. The next conjecture is the hardest one. Chris, please.
Sorry.
The next one is the most confusing one, and it's the one that most people miss on the next test. So I want you guys to pay very, very close attention to what it entails. So, I have my website. Click on the second investigation. You guys should have something that looks like this. I want you guys to take a look at what the question asks at the very top. It says this. What is the relationship between the sides around a bisected angle and the divided side opposite to the angle? How many of you guys are confused with what it means by that? Okay, if you guys are confused about what the question means at the top, it means, do you guys see the bisected angle? What are the line segments that surround that bisected angle?
A, B, C, D.
Good. AB or BA and BC. Okay? Now look at the opposite side to that angle. What are the segments that are created from that angle bisector? What are the 2 segments created from that angle bisector? Good. AF and FC. So there's a certain relationship between BA, BC, AF, and FC. What are they? So I want you guys to press on show the relationship. Show the relationship between those. So I'm going to move it around. So look at the relationship. What's the ratio of AB and BC?
0.61.
Now look at the opposite side again, AF and FC. What's the ratio of AF and FC?
0.61.
So what can you tell me is the relationship between this pair of sides and this pair of segments? What's the word I'm looking for?
Proportional.
The proportional. If you guys can visualize what it means, hopefully when we draw a picture on the notes that you guys understand what it means. So go back to the notes. 4 fingers. 4 fingers. Okay. This is the long conjecture. I'm not going to ask you guys to actually state it. You guys should just know what it is. So it says this. The angle bisector in a triangle divides the opposite side into 2 segments whose lengths are in the same ratio as the lengths of the 2 sides forming the angle. If you guys still don't understand that, hopefully the physical the representation in the next slide will help you make you understand it better. Okay, can I go into the next slide, guys? Okay, looking at this, we have A, B, C, D. According to what it says on the previous slide, how can I write it? What's one proportion I could possibly write for this? Helen.
CD equals AB. Oh, A over B.
A over B equals,
C over D.
good. That is one way you can write this. A over B equals C over D. Or, does anyone know what's possibly another way to write this proportion? Jake.
D over C equals B over A.
Oh, that's the same thing because you just flipped it around, right? But can anyone tell me is another way you could possibly write this? Max.
A over C equals B over D.
Good. A over C equals B over D. Both of these should work. So, I go usually A over B. Actually, I go both. A over B, C over D, or A over C equals B over D. They both work. Okay? So, let's apply this right now. We're going to do 2 problems that are very, very important, especially for the classwork. Okay. I want someone to tell me, looking at this problem, can anyone tell me what's a proportion you could write to help you figure out what x is equal to? Bradley.
5.
Good. 10 over 5 equals 8 over x. How many of you guys wrote it differently? How many of you guys did 10 over 8 equals 5 over x? You can totally do that too. It totally works still. Oops. Why did I write 3? 8 over x. Sorry. 10 over 5 equals 8 over x. Okay. Can anyone tell me what my answer would be for x? Brett.
X equals 4.
X equals 4. Okay. The next one. Looking at this problem. What helps people best for this example number 5 is I'm going to erase B. And then it becomes, for a lot of people, they kind of realize what they should do instead. So we have 9, we have 6, we know that this is A. The whole entire base is 10. Instead of writing B, what can I write instead? Yes? 10 minus A. Okay. I want someone to tell me what's the proportion I could possibly write for this now. Jake.
A over 9 equals 10 minus A over 6.
Good. I'm going to go top to bottom.
Okay.
9 over A equals 6 over 10.A. 10 minus A. So go ahead and solve that. Plus multiply. I don't know. Does anyone have the answer for what A is? What's the answer for A? Julia.
A equals 6.
A equals 6. So if we know what A is equal to, can anyone now tell me what B has to equal to? What does B have to equal to? Brett.
K equals 4.
B equals 4. Good. Okay. You guys have classwork. I'm going to eliminate some problems. You're not going to do all of them. Again, these problems are most likely going to show up on the test or some version of those. So I want you guys to pay very, very close attention on these. Sixth period, you might want to pause again or go just to the answers when I go over it. So, you don't have to do all of these, okay? I want you guys to circle the ones you have to do. You are doing number one. Do not do number 2, for sure. Do not do number 2. Yes, you can delete it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
There's no number 3.
There's no number 3, so you don't. I definitely want you guys to do number 4. There's no 5. There's no 6. I definitely want you guys to do number 7. I definitely want you guys to do number 8. And I'm going to put this. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
What about
That's gonna
9?
be on the test.
Number 9, do not do it.
Yeah.
So, again, I kind of skipped some problems. So, 1, 4, 7, and 8. You have 4 problems to do. I want you guys to get started on this right now. Just like the previous one, I'm going to give you guys around 15 minutes. 1, 5. Rick, on, what did I say?
What?
What? How many minutes do you have?
No playing games.
Thank you.
No reading.
Again, 6th period, you want to pause. Okay, guys. What was I working on? Okay, so let's see. We had to do number 1. We didn't have to do number 2. We had to do number 4. We had to do number 7, number 8. We didn't have to do number 9. Okay, for those who were able to get it, for number 1, I got h equals 0.9 and j equals 4. You might have set the proportion differently, but you still should have gotten these answers. Are there any questions on number 1? All right, for number 2, you didn't have to do, so we'll skip that. For number 4, for WX, I got 13.7. DB, I got 12. XZ is 6.6. AD is 21. YZ is 8. So, oh, let me, wait, for what number? What's that?
Yeah.
So what? Listen, you might have rounded differently then. It's fine.
No, because it was 20. Yeah.
It's 6.85?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
For a ZX. Okay. Hi. All right. Any other questions? Do you? Oh, I thought you guys had a question number 4.
Yeah, but I got it.
That was Julian. All right. For number 7, I got around 3.8 and around 6.2.
What?
Brad, a question. Okay. Number 7 is basically it's the same problem of what we just did for our classwork. It's just upside down, and the sides are different. Questions? Okay, for number 8, yes.
So for the test are we going to round up towards the 10th place or
I think most of the numbers I chose come out whole numbers.
numbers?
Yeah. Okay, number 8. This is a little tricky one. I want to show you how I did this. A lot of people always have trouble with letter A. And what you guys have to do is shift your perspective and turn your head left, and make this the top. So if you look at it, the way I actually set it up is this side over this side equals A over 4. 6 over 3, A over 4. So it has to do with that thing we just did as our last conjecture, that the angle bisector divides the opposite side in the same ratio as the side surrounding it. So I did, again, 6 over 3, A over 4. Or A over 4 equals 6 over 3. And I get A is 8. Once you have A is 8, that's key to figuring out what C and B are. So since we know that this side is 8, this side is going to be how much right here? How much is 3 plus 4?
7.
Again, do the same thing, guys. Shift your perspective to the right-hand side. So this side right here is a total of 7. This side right here is 8. So you do the same thing, very similar to what you guys just did in number 7. I said C is 6 minus B, and I set a proportion. 8 over B equals 7 over 6 minus B. And then I solved it from there. Okay. Again, I'm going to do this. Important. Okay. So, any other questions? If not, this is what you're going to do for the rest of the period. You guys can get started on the homework right now. We get out of here at 2:03. You guys have around 15 minutes. Some of you guys might get through half or complete that first page of homework. So go ahead and get started right now, guys. 6th period, get to work.
Sixth grade.
Does anyone else want to say something to 6th period?
Don't do drugs.
The game.
Don't do
The
drugs.
game.
Get off the grass. Machine. I came to the pizza. You disgrace all of machine. Machine was. Wait, you're too long.